Hello guys. So yeah, now I'm gonna get on with it. So yeah, what this is, it's an F1 schedule. Essentially, what it is, it's like in my league, there's a member which is on my team, and I'm the team principal, which is the team boss. And to help him get better, I'm making him this schedule because, like, you know, right now he's not driving very well, and I've got him in the F1 Academy, so I'm teaching him to get better. So I want to make him a schedule to basically do that. So there's obviously 7 days of a week, right? So you know, essentially, there will be a rest day. I thought, well, no, there won't be a rest day, but throughout there will be lots of breaks. So here, I might do 2 hours of grinding, and then I might have an hour's break, for example. So he can, if he wants to go and get some lunch, he can get some lunch. If he wants to go at the park for an hour, he can go at the park for an hour. If he wants to go at the park or if he, or on the weekends I might have more breaks because it's a weekend. So and I'm doing it based off his schedule, and he says he does work around 2 when he wakes up, and it takes him about half an hour. So I've done 3. So he's got some time to get breakfast or something, or get lunch before he does his F1 schedule. Obviously, I can't force him to do the schedule. So if he decides not to do it, he just decides not to do it. But So yeah, now I've got that right. So I'm just gonna put some background music on so I can concentrate. Anyway, so now time, right? So I reckon this is gonna be about an hour of a short quality race. So you know, hello, right? So Matt,
Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so annoyed, man. Hey, James.
yeah,
Do you know how you have a wheel and pedals? Do you ever use them, lad? They're good then. You've got one of the best wheels that are going.
for me, I'd rather get an F1 wheel because then it won't actually steer all the way and end up doing a 360. Because it's a normal driving wheel, whenever I turn my wheel, it kind of is hard to turn straight in without sliding.
I have five out if you're not using it.
What?
Wait a second, let me search for more. No, one more.
Anyway, right, so question, Leo, what time do you normally go to bed? So, do you go to bed at 9? Do you go to bed at 10? That's the question. Because I'm not being funny, if you wake up at 2 p.m., you must be going to bed at about 6 a.m. or something. Um,
Bro, you don't understand how pissed I am now. You don't understand. Oh my god. No, I can't believe this. No, man. Um,
Right, so chat. I'm just gonna. I'm almost done with Monday now, so 7 to 8. What should he do there? I think if it's 7 or 8 p.m., he doesn't really want to. Well, actually, so he's had his break now. So because obviously gonna want to rest so you can regain energy. But anyway, time now. Uh, so I'm just thinking.
oh, damn, bro. What the fuck is this?
obviously, as well as like, I feel like maybe doing going outside is a bit late, probably for stuff like that. But so hold on a minute. On time. Oh yeah, and then
Yeah, but
rate. So
okay, I got. So what are we gonna do?
have I added this break yet? Decent trial. Yeah, there we go. There's his break. So yeah, actually no. Actually no. Let me think of an even AI, right? So even if he, I mean, if he wasn't trying, then that just proves he's not. But if he was trying, then that is just embarrassing. So yeah. Oh, what happened? Right. So yeah. Yeah, chat. I'm just gonna tell you how he performed. So yeah, It was right. Let me just think straight. So it was Abu Dhabi, and it was the 25%, and then in the end he finished like. I mean, in Abu Dhabi, before you asked me how I did, I should have got P1, but unfortunately I messed up in the pit lane and I carried too much entry speed. So instead of going in the pit lane, I went in the barrier. So unfortunately, that's a mistake I made. That's my fault. I should have raked earlier. So that's on me. And in the end, because I was pushing, I was obviously get out of the barrier. But because I was pushing, I did not obey the speed limit into the pit lane. So I ended up getting a 10-second, and because of my damage, I could physically not keep my car on the track, and that's what I did. So I ended up getting 13 seconds worth of penalties, 10 seconds to the pits, 13 for, you know, the track limits. But anyway, I ended up dropping a load of positions, obviously, because I don't know what happens, but the AI just seems to be so close together that the second was only a few seconds behind me. So obviously you can imagine how many positions I'm going to lose from that. But the back markers were pretty much spread out, really spread out. So in the end, I finished like P12 when I should have easily got P1. But that's a mistake. But he finished last with 60% AI. And, you know, it's just absolutely insane, right? Anyway, so enough of that. That's why I put in 30% AI. And also, you might think maybe he's just close to be AI. No, he's not. Because I'll have a look at the group now. I sent an image in. I believe I did. So, this is the. Yeah. So in the end, he finished P19 because one of the AIs retired, and he finished. Right, it's a bit blurry, so let me just. At the end, I got a bit too. What's the right word? I pushed a bit. He finished 24 seconds behind me. In the end, with no penalties, but without the penalties, it was more like 30 plus. So, yeah, but I mean, you might think 30 seconds is not the end of the world, but you know, considering that 60% someone might just started the game and has played for a couple of days should be able to be that AI if they actually grind enough. Like, I'm happy enough to race on 70 to 90% AI. I might not be necessarily doing well, but I might be able to make a fuel boutique from 90%. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. So, you know, anyway, so let's just enough of chit chat, let's get the schedule done, yeah? So online public lobbies and then task. So 7 to 9 p.m. Say that's in progress, then so that's day one in, that's day one done, that's Monday done. So Tuesday, time. Same again. I'm not gonna change the time he starts because based on what he said to me about his home school. So, Control C, just to make it my life a bit easier, I'm just going to copy the same time in to all the days, but then I feel like on Saturdays and Sundays he shouldn't be working, so I can have to do that quite earlier. Or, based on the fact I don't know how he is on the weekend yet, so I don't know if he sleeps in late or if he gets up super goddamn early. I don't know, but Tuesday now, so yeah, I feel like the time trials is a good warm up because that's warming you up. That's just you're logging on. You're not pushing yourself to do a 100% race yet because you've just got on. Because time trials is infinite. It does not matter how many times you invalidate your lap. You can do it over and over and over and over, over and over until you get a valid lap. Until you leave it, basically. So, yeah. But a race, if you get an invalid lap or you get a penalty, you can't undo that. You're going to have to try again in the next race. So, Tuesday. Tuesday, yeah. Do some time trials. Any track. Oh yeah, hang on, time, yeah. So, and then 3:30 to 4 p.m. So, yeah, let's have a look. How many 5-lappers have I done here so far? Oh, I'll do some 5-lappers. Do some 5-lappers. 0 to 30% AI. Anything related to the AI, I'm just gonna copy the 0 to 30%. Or sometimes I might increase it if he has stuck to the schedule, because you should be able to get a good enough skill with you should be winning every race on 30% AI, and if you're not, there's a problem. So a big problem, a massive problem that needs to be resolved. So and I ain't just saying that to be sarcastic, mate. I mean that. Like seriously, no one should be stuck on any AI less than 40% nowadays. So, I'm sorry, but if you are, there's a problem with your skill. So, with all due respect, no disrespect intended. So, yeah. And then, yeah. So 3:30 to 4, yeah? And then 4 to 5 p.m. I'm gonna try and keep the breaks at the same time, just purely because I don't want it to be stressful for him to have to keep changing his brakes. Because when you're used to a brake time or you're used to a certain time to do something, and suddenly you have to keep changing it, you're gonna have to adjust, and that's when issues might start to happen. I don't know. Hang on. Thursday, Control B, and then Saturday. Now on the weekends, I'm not going to do as much because it's his weekend. That's his week to enjoy his life practically. So, you know, or if he chooses, right, to just grind the hell out of F1 on his weekend, he can do that. I'm not here to judge his weekend. Anyway, 4 to 5 p.m. Let's think what I can do now. So now I'm gonna do the first endurance. Now, look, until I've judged his skill on 30%, at the end of the day, right? If he's in a league race, right, you should not be beaten by Leo if he's going to stay at 30%. And if you are, you've got a skill issue yourself. So, yeah, let's just say that with all due no disrespect intended. My first 50% done. So, obviously, I can't guarantee all of this is going to take time, but I feel like by the time if you have a few minutes break in between, right? Like obviously 3 to 3:30 p.m. I feel like I feel like maybe half an hour is a bit too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make it 3:40, just because, or no, I'll keep it at 3:30 for now, just because depending on how long it takes, you might end up without realizing go from 3 to 4 during the time trial. So but anyway, let's just do this now. 4 to 5 p.m. and then he's got a break now, same time. So no, hang on. Time, task, time. So yeah, online public lobbies, 7 to 9 p.m. And then let me just give this a quick edit. 7 to 9 p.m. Oh no, yeah, this is 7 to 9 p.m. Yeah, 5 to 6 p.m. is a break, and then he does online public lobbies at 7 to 9, and then at 9, yeah. So and then let me just put it in here. 9 p.m. Or let me just copy that. Control X, Control V. So now let's have a look. So 5 to 6 p.m. break. The next part, the task after his break, or the thing I'm going to do after his break now. So just to keep track of stuff, I'm going to have a look at the 5 lappers, just to confirm how many I've done. So I've done. So yeah, Tuesday, 5 to 6 p.m. break. So yeah. Well, so I'm going to think of a name for this third one, or the second one, or what? No, hang on. Yeah, now it is the third one, because yeah, this is the third one. Yeah, the time's 12. Yeah, and it makes sense because short quali race. And then on the end, I'm going to do 25%. SQR, 25%. So that's what it's called. So yeah. And then because I'm not going to force him to do a truck he doesn't like, he can select which truck he does, obviously, because, anyway, so now time 7 to 9 p.m. 7 to 9 p.m. I need to figure out a way to, so, yeah, task. So, times 2 5-lappers. Yeah, so this one, now, I'm back in a second. So, now, right, so basically, yeah, 7 to 9 p.m. It's starting to get a bit late now where most people will be going and getting ready for bed. But yeah, anyway. Or maybe 7 might be a time some people are actually having dinner. But, that's just some families. Anyway, so 7 to 9 p.m. now. Task. I feel like task now is going to be so how many SQR? 1, 2. And then I'm going to do times 2 to 3. So 3 or 4 SQR. Yeah. So I feel like short qualies are only 20 minutes. And then the 25% would be about 20 minutes as well. So let me just figure this out. 40, 80, 120, 160. 60, 120, 180. So so 3 hours is 180 minutes. So let me just figure it out again. 40, 120, 160, 180. No, not 180, 200. So yeah, basically he's gonna yeah he's gonna have about at enough time for it. So yeah, 9 p.m. Get ready for bed, and then now this time I'm gonna do. And then 3:30 to 4 p.m. So this is Thursday, yeah, I was just making sure. 3:30 to 4 p.m. will be today, will be, so yeah. I feel like doing races without AI, with other people, is a good thing as well, because that's the thing. You can't always rely on AI and race at a realistic level to be able to compare pace against other people, because the AI, they only stick to the racing line. So almost every time, all you have to do is stick it down their inside. Or if you know, but real people, they're probably going to defend, right? They're probably going to attack as well. So you've got to be able to expect real people. If they're close behind, they might defend you before you get a move. The AI are just going to stick to the outside line. So once you're alongside them, all you can do is send it down or inside. But if you're back you at the car just in the back you, are you going to want to send it down or inside there? Probably not. You've got more time to do a move, right? So you don't want to send it in a stupid place. But you know, you can't always have a battle with the AI because most of the time you're just going to be able to easily get down or inside or whatever. So but that's the thing. You don't know until you've tried it. So and it's 3:30 to 4 p.m. So I feel like 3:30 to 5 p.m. times 100% race. Now, you know, now I'm gonna do a little bit lower. You know, realistically, if I was doing 100% race right now against 20% AI, I would smoke them. Even if I started, it might take me a lap to get to the front of the grid because it's hard to find a way through when you've got 12 of the 19 of the vehicles in front of you. I might get a few straight away on the line at the start line, but I've still got loads more to get. So once I've got into that lead, I should not lose any time to them whatsoever. I should, within the next 12 laps, I should just be able to gap them tremendously, get almost a lap ahead, pit stop, lose 20 seconds, gain another 30 seconds, and start lapping them. That's in theory. Until it's done, I can't say that. So, you know. But anyway, so, you know. Now, this is for someone in my league, which is slow as hell. Alright? That's why I'm racing on 30% and 20% AI. Because I'll say it again. Earlier I explained it. I did a test 60% AI. I got unlucky of how my race turned out. He didn't even look like he tried, bruv. Like, he showed a few little glimmer of things. He showed a little bit of pace, but not enough to actually justify him doing well. He was behind wannabe AI in P19, P18 for about a lap, and then he was like seconds behind. It's not hard. At Abu Dhabi, there's so many places to send it down the AI's inside, bro. The hairpin, the chicane, some of the corners in sector 3 isn't so good for sending it because you're closer to walls at that point and feel like it's easier to get damage. But you know, anyway, I just need to keep up with this. So right, uh, and then 5 p.m. offline activity of your choice. So the thing with these activities is I've done this because he needs to have a social life outside Formula One or Xbox. He has to. So going at a park, maybe, I don't know, going outside for a couple hours is what I mean by that. Obviously, I can't tell him to do that. I'm not his parent, but I'm just trying to help him get better in the league. You know, doing that might improve his physicality, his however I pronounce it, so that when he goes back onto the game, he's feeling stronger. His arms might get a bit stronger from that. If it's a hand sport, rugby is an example. Now you might increase your body strength, but you might also increase your arm strength because it might not. It's not the weight of it that's helping it. It's how long you've got a ball for. He might be in a rugby team for all I know. I haven't asked him yet, have I? I've not asked him if he's in the rugby team. So he could very well he could be in one of the top leagues for all I know in rugby. He generally could be. I haven't asked him yet, so I don't know if he is. So then I feel like 5 to 6, about 30 p.m. offline activity of your choice, and then 7 p.m. 7 p.m. break.
Shop Etsy for affordable holiday decor. Budget starts whenever.
Anyway, so chat. How has your day been, chat? I want to know, how has your day been? It's a break. And then, go on. So, let's do a breakdown of how much I've got. Yeah? So, I've got time trials. So, I've got double time trials here. Yeah? Double time trials here. I'm going to end 9 p.m. Get ready for bed. Yep, that's done. So I've done Monday, I've done Tuesday, and Wednesday. So let me just do it. So double time charge, and not all those aren't done yet. Endurance races against AI, 50%. Yeah, I've done. I've got one of them, and then yeah. So now on Thursday, yeah. Now I want to do 5 lappers. Is a thing there, short race. What laps and how well can you do in a really short race in 5 to 6 minutes of racing action? If you start P12 of 20, can you get into that top 10? If you start P20 and you can't get top 10, how many places can you make up, essentially? Yeah? Are you going to stay in P20 or are you going to get P11? Or are you going to go ahead and get P1 and absolutely dominate the lobby? So Thursday, yeah? 3 to 3:30 p.m. times 2, 5 lappers, 30% AI. Yeah, so zero. Oh, hello?
Oh, yeah, I'm calling because I'm opening my pen up to see what's wrong now.
And I'm just doing is schedule, mate. So hang on, let me just count how many of these I've got just to note it down so I don't overrun it. So, or let me just count these up to make sure I've definitely got 4 and I haven't done more.
Yeah, it's rather I open the pedals, there's something wrong with them, or just don't open the pedals when them cook.
Yeah, right. Anyway, Thursday, right. So yeah, first one, and then let's have a look. So now this is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. No, hang on. 3:30 to what am I going to do next? I think I'll do a single time trial now. So 3:30 to 4 p.m. Single time trial.
First thing, first like pin out. Second pin,
And then 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Oh, hang on. I think I'll make it an hour and 30, to be honest. So I've got 30 p.m. task.
oh, do I need to just yeah, it's like that. I open don't me turn my camera on while I open the pedal so you can see what's going on.
If you want, yeah.
Right, okay. Right. Oh, care if anyone sees me. I wouldn't care, to be honest.
I'm just gonna say this now, Curtis. I've deliberately made Leo's schedule 30% AI because that if you've seen my chat, you would see the result and you would see against 60% AI he came dead last. So by half it, hopefully you can get some positions. So everyone starts somewhere, don't they?
Yeah, I guess. So, yeah, I'm just getting my phone first. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Right, so let's get the screwdriver and carry on opening. Is it the whole thing that comes off? No. Okay. Screw it open. Hey, that screw should just, closely come out.
You saw you turn the screwdriver the right way. Right way.
Yeah, it's loose, yeah. I have turned it the right way. It's like clear.
Oh, there's Sunday. I wonder where Sunday went. Jesus, right. So I need to figure out how I might need to make this page bigger then. So layout, size, right. So
What is wrong with this pedal? I'm not sure on this. Okay, is it, so just pretty much, so I've just took the pedal off, is that it? What? The pedal, I meant to take the whole fucking thing off. Just a bit of it. What the fuck? Okay.
on layout, margins then. So let's have a look. Custom margins. What is the absolute minimum I can do? Let's have a look. 1M. Let me see if I can do all 1M. I don't bloody know. I don't know why the margins are so big. It's stupid. 1M.
Is that no thing?
This is what? This is not a valid measurement. I don't. What? 0.1. Alright.
Oh, I'm literally doing surgery on this thing. Right, back in a minute, guys. So just a pedal.
I don't understand. Why can't we just make your printer bigger so we can actually fit the whole paper printing? Actually, let me just go on to layout and then size. So height.
Hi, James.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm like a mechanic with pedals. I
Let
used to
me
do pedals.
let me just make this even bigger because I still don't like the size of this. More
So
paper
James,
sizes.
look, see the back thing here? You see the whole back thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking this off to see if there's anything wrong. So let's get started. You can watch if you want.
Okay. Let me just. How big is this now? There we go. Sunday can fit now, so I don't have to stress about that. Right. So let me just delete a few of these rows because I don't need this many rows, extra ones. So we'll delete cells. Hang on. I can't figure out which is a row and which is a column. I'm so confused.
Okay, first screw is nearly out. First screw out. So they're the big screws, these are the small screws.
Alexa, is a row up, down, or sideways?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Right. I'm not going to press this at all because I don't want to get rid of what I've just done. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that for now. And if there's a way I can just select it maybe and just... Is there a way I can do that?
And I think you should watch me for the future. Say if you ever get a wheel and get pedal brake and you can open the back. This could help. And I'm going to try and put it together after if it
What if there was a way I could do it like actually in the row, not just... Right, so I can't really get rid of these at all. So, I'm going to have to leave it.
One of my screwdrivers is magnetic. So three of them have been took out. Still no difference to being able to take those things off yet. Third screw. Is this the fourth screw? Yeah, it is. I was like giving this thing a surgery. Do you see?
Yeah, I need to focus on the schedule here. I just need to check as well in case anyone's messaged me about it. No new DMs. Alright, so F1CR. Do I definitely have DMs enabled? Browse channels. Honest, hang on.
Still got a good couple more screws left to open. Yeah, but I'm giving this a full blown
What the
surgery.
fuck has happened to the server? Where's all the channels gone?
What's I going to do?
Let me just check. What if I get rid of that? Is it going to show everything?
I see everything still.
Right. You see all the tiers because
I see a load of channels. I didn't really look at it. I'm just focusing on this for a minute.
fuck. Is it in Greece again?
What?
It's better not be in Greece. No. For you. For you. Right. So why can I not see half the channels? And there we go, I see it now. So
Far so good?
yeah, but for some reason I can't see it. Maybe it's because I don't have a perm. Let me have a look. F1CR owner. Roles. Yeah, I've got the roles. I've got FIA, Ferrari. Yeah, I've got all those. So why can I not see the chat? Right, let me just do something then. T4 standings at F1CR owner.
What's F1CR is meant to stand for?
That I own the league. That I own the league, mate. Oh, I see. Hang on. So tier 1. I'm in tier 1. That's why, because I only have tier 1, I don't have, let me just add tier 2 on here as well, because we embrace F2. So, now that's weird, you see, because we need to figure it out. So,
Nearly done with taking this thing off. I'll take this thing out. No, I can't. Oh boy.
maybe I've done something. So let me just click all the categories. That might be why. Maybe I accidentally got rid of all of the categories and that's why I couldn't see them.
How many more screws have I got left to do? 2 screws. But
And I can see all the categories now. So now I've got them back, I can just close them down again. So it should still be there, right? So let's just stay on the server for now. Right, so back to the schedule, yeah? Back to the schedule. So back onto here, live streaming. So yeah, let me just Thursday times 2 5 letters.
it's all
5
right now.
letters,
I don't
30%.
know. Does it just come off now?
Single time trials.
Come off.
2. Offline activities. 2 I've got for now. And then I'm gonna give him a break now. So I'll hang on no. 6:30. So
Oh, what on? I have somehow got into the pedals.
so those two, those two, and then yeah, and then
I hear something in there, so something's went loose.
so then now
Oh my god. That's a bit that
time
this thing broke, to be honest.
6:30. So it's half an hour. So it's to 7:30 because it's an hour. So 6:30
That thing from
double
the
time trial. And then yeah, for some reason this is yeah. So now I need to keep the same schedule here. This is where I've gone wrong. So yeah, 4 p.m. So then 4. So the break should be at 5. So somewhere I've gone wrong. So let me just delete this. So offline activity. So we've got these two, and then these two go together. So yeah, this is not going to work because that is an hour and 30. So no, let me just 5 p.m. 4 to 5 p.m. Let me think. Together. 4 to 5 p.m. double time trial. So now that's 3 of them now. So in the week. So yeah.
Wait, now I can put this thing back on. Before I do that, let me put the pedal back on.
5 to 6 p.m. break.
Shut up.
And now
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up, bro.
let me just check something. So tier 1 calendar. T1 calendar. So what's the date now? It's October. So October 23rd. So yeah. 28th, 29th. And then season break. So
No.
29th. Where's 29? So Wednesday. And then next Wednesday is hang on a minute. So no.
So what's going on inside the pedal? That's not.
Let me just remove this and then now R9. 1 week season break. So now November, so hang on, November 18th, 26th now. '27th, and then no, hang on, November Tuesday 25. November 12th, 19th, 26th. And when the break's just finished, so I'll add another break. Yeah, I'll keep that break now. So 26th, and then yeah, the 3rd of December, and then hang on, no, 3rd of December. That's not right. It needs to be 2nd of December, and then December 8th. No, what? No, December 3rd. December 3rd. And then let me just do a vote. Polls important.
Hey James,
Yeah.
the Singapore race is the Singapore race on the 26th.
Let me have a look.
Oh, this is different. This is really hard to put in at this rate. So James, let me know when the race is.
Singapore T1 calendar. Singapore, October 28th.
Is it the 28th when it is?
Yeah.
Okay, the 28th is perfect. But the 28th might actually be perfect time for me. Mayday. Look. Just putting it back together and then I'm going to put this pedals in the bin. I mean, they've done me some good, these pedals. It's time for some new ones.
Anyways, chat. Let's finish this schedule, yeah? So 5-6 PM break and then task. So now he's had his break, what else can he do?
Then he could do some Saudi Arabia.
Well, no, I don't do specific tracks. I do tasks. Let me show you what I've got. There's tasks like, and obviously school's got different lessons. These are kind of like different lessons in a way. Their times means throughout the week, not in one day. I know. I'll do ×1 flags and lights game. Get someone in private lobby to spectate and pull out random lights slash flags. E.G. red flag. Come to immediate stop. Red. Yellow. Slow down to half speed. Green. We all know what that means. Aim. Test your reaction times.
Oh my god, got a couple more pins left to do, for God's sake.
I do feel like this flags game is going to cause chaos in the academy, but that's a thing. It caused in the main races that sort of stuff. In the game, that is scripted when it calls a safety car is chaos, let alone a marshal calling it would cause even more chaos. So that's why it's trained. So when those academy drivers go into a main league, they don't ruin people's races because maybe they misjudge a braking, even though it's a normal error. The academy is trained and designed to lower the risk of that happening. And let's just say, I feel like if someone does bad enough and there's too many incidents in that season, then they'll be forced to drive that next season.